Well, welcome, Victoria. I'm so glad that my friend and predecessor on the Ramsey County Board, Victoria Reinhardt, is joining us today for this tour. Given Victoria's years of advocacy and work on environmental issues, it's only fitting she is here as our first pre-opening customer. Kelly Nijanganwashwe Wewenakaz, Abita Gijingukwe Dash Indu Ojibwe Wewenakaz, Magizi Indumdum, Mississaugan Indum Jaba, Maplewood Dash. My name is Kelly Miller. I am the Ramsey County Commissioner representing District 7. On behalf of the Ramsey County Board of Commissioners, welcome. Thank you all for joining us on this advanced behind-the-scenes look at our new environmental center that we're excited to be opening next week. Starting Tuesday, residents visiting the Environment Center will see the culmination of years of work to make it easier for residents to reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. And most importantly, keeping hazardous materials out of our environment. They will experience an innovative one-stop center for environmental services, learning, and activities. And they will see a glimpse of what we think will be the standard for how these activities are delivered in the future. This is the first new facility of the county has built in 8 years. Building something entirely new from the ground up requires a lot of research, analysis, community input, and long hours by staff and contractors. It also represents a significant investment and commitment by the county to meet the needs of our residents and to protect our environment. With a footprint of 29,421 square feet and a construction budget of $29.7 million, an investment of this scope requires careful project management and financial stewardship. I'm so pleased with the work of public health, property management, and our design and build partners to bring this project well ahead of time and under budget. While this is a Ramsey County owned and operated center, we anticipate and welcome its use by residents from our 6 Metro County partners. We have reciprocal use agreements with 6 other counties that enable Ramsey County residents to use their recycling and waste drop-off centers for free and vice versa. Due to the center location of this facility and its unique features, like the enclosed all-weather drive-through drop-off for paint, household chemicals, and electronics, we expect and welcome use by residents from other counties. We have agreements with Washington, Hennepin, Dakota, Anoka, Carver, and Scott counties. When Victoria finished her term after 28 years on the board last year, she promised she would come back for the opening of the Environmental Center. Given Victoria's years of advocacy and work on environmental issues, it's fitting she is here as our first pre-opening customer. Her interest, attention, and support over the years have been crucial in growing and refining our county's recycling programs and environmental services. Victoria?
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I'm truly honored to be here today, and especially to be the first customer to use the drop-off household hazardous waste as we just witnessed here. It's really exciting. Having had a chance to look through the facility, I think anyone who visits it after it opens on April 1st is going to find it a truly amazing facility. The ease of use for dropping off food scraps, recyclables, household hazardous waste, and electronics is really great. The outdoor grounds and the front of the house spaces for the reuse room, the Fix-It clinic, and other environmental activities really makes it first rate. To all the community members who provided input, to environmental health staff and contractors who planned and built the center, thank you so much. You've done us proud. I have worked in the environmental fields, especially in the trash area, for decades, and I'm proud of Ramsey County for continually looking to the future and improving our environment, because that's what this is all about. In addition to the things that I've already mentioned as far as what's going to be available to residents, I'm also really excited about the sustainability features that went into the environmental center's construction and will be part of its ongoing operation. It's no exaggeration to say that the Environmental Center was built with sustainability in mind, literally from below ground on up. As the county looked to build this, they identified parts that could be proof of concept. Basically, sustainability techniques that can be demonstrated here for their effectiveness, and then others can use that to develop their own sites. Some of the things that the visitors will not likely see are the fact that the fill used on the landscaping and grading includes chipped and reused concrete, road concrete, and asphalt. The landscaping includes compost made from Ramsey County food scraps. And my favorite, the red brick pavers removed from University Avenue when they were building the Green Line, were used to build the outdoor learning space patio. Below ground, we have a geothermal system along with solar panels on the roof. That will supply renewable energy for the heating and for the power within the center. Several other energy-saving features and controls will reduce the carbon footprint and of the center and reduce costs at the same time. So it's a win-win. In just a few minutes, the guides will take you on the tour to provide more details on the sustainability features of the center. One thing that you won't see on this tour is how this brownfield, and I have to tell you, I was out here for the groundbreaking and coming back today and going by it a few times while it was being built. It's truly amazing what Ramsey County did within just a few months. They took this county land, or they took this land that was contaminated with chemical waste and turned it into a vibrant new asset in the community. I mean, it was truly unusable the way it was. As residents learn and use this facility, I am convinced that they will be so excited and love the fact that it is convenient and easy to use, and it's just a fantastic resource in the community. So now I'm going to hand it over to St. Paul Ramsey County Public Health Director, Amy Karen, for the final remarks before you go off on the tour.
Thank you, Commissioner Reinhardt and Commissioner Miller. One of the traits ingrained in the DNA of public health is we're extremely focused on prevention, working upstream to avoid potential health problems. Another trait is we're deeply committed to listening and responding to the needs of our community. Both traits are crystal clear in the work of our Environmental Health Division to develop this new center. While the name of this facility is the Environmental Center, prevention is one of its guiding principles. This is where residents can go to prevent harmful chemicals and materials from getting into our water, our air, and land and hurting the environment and ultimately ourselves. It's also where our residents can come to prevent the waste of resources that can be reused and recycled by attending one of our fix-it clinics or picking up free products in our reuse room. The convenient products we use every day in our homes very frequently come with chemicals and materials that, if not properly disposed of, can be quite harmful to us and the environment. So creating this space where it's easy to drive through and drop off unused paint, house, and lawn chemicals, batteries, or electronics that no longer work are all part of our work in public health to prevent future harm to our health and the environment. I want to highlight and thank our residents for the extensive help and insights they provided in developing this center. Over a period of several years through surveys and many meetings, our residents told us first that while our environmental services were good, we could do better. They told us that we needed to do more to make the waste, drop-off, and recycling places and spaces we have provided more accessible and more convenient and easier to use. So from listening and meeting with the community, we first developed the idea of a one-stop environmental center. As we talked with community, they told us they wanted a place conveniently located, and so this central site is 15 minutes or less from anywhere in the county. From there, we brainstormed with community on the type of services, activities, and features they would like to see here to better meet their needs. We're really excited for the opening next week for a community open house we will have later this month, as well as other activities we'll have here as we celebrate Earth Day and the Environmental Center. Residents can find more about these activities and our services online at ramseycounty.us/ESC. The exciting part of the center is both what's here now and what is yet to come. Public health will continue to engage with community on the best use of these spaces to reduce waste, reuse, recycle, and promote environmental education. Thank you again for joining us today and for helping us get the word out about this amazing community resource. I'll hand it back now to Communications Director Rose Lindsay, who will gather us up for a quick photo, and then we'll transition into our tours.
So hello, my name is Beth Carreño. I'm an environmental health supervisor. So as our speakers mentioned earlier, this entire facility was focused on community, and that includes getting community feedback in its development. While the whole building is for community, this space in here is where residents will spend most of their time inside with us. This is the product reuse room. This is where visitors to the Environmental Center will be able to pick up products like paint, household cleaning products, and automotive products. And all of that is free. Products brought into the household hazardous waste drive-through that are still usable are put out in the product reuse room. Reuse is a big part of our commitment to sustainability. When it's done, these shelves will have wooden end caps that were sourced locally from Minnetonka from ash trees that had the emerald ash borer disease. As we look across the hall, and in a minute you'll have time to peek in there, you'll see our community education space. That's where our Fix-It clinics and other community events are held. Anyone can attend our Fix-It clinics, and they can bring items that need to be repaired or fixed. Common items that we see are clothing items like ripped jeans or zippers that need to be repaired, and small household items like toasters and lamps. Our fixers will work with you to repair your item. In 2024, our volunteers repaired a total of 521 items and saved 3,303 pounds from going into our trash. The parking lot was designed with access for school buses with an eye towards future environmental education opportunities. These are just a few of the ways that we included sustainability when developing this building. In fact, the entire building was built with sustainability from the ground to the roof. All of the construction-based materials under the roads, in the parking lots, and under most of the building were made from recycled asphalt from our old roadways. There's solar panels on top of the building to provide electricity, and the building is heated and cooled with geothermal energy, including the sidewalks that approach the building. Those are heated to melt snow in the wintertime to reduce our reliance on salt. Food scrap derived compost, which was produced locally, was used in the landscaping on the entire campus to remediate the soil. The soil amendment was designed to meet the Minnesota Department of Transportation specifications, and we are really hopeful that this project will lead to a new sustainability standard in future county-led projects. During construction, indoor air quality was key to protect the health of both visitors and workers who were contributing to the project. The products that we used in this facility had to pass strict standards to ensure that they didn't give off potentially harmful fumes for the workers to breathe. Finally, the grounds and the campus surrounding the building have native pollinator plantings, and we even have electric vehicle parking spaces.
Welcome, my name is Daniel Schmidt, D-A-N-I-E-L-S-C-H-M-I-D-T. I'm a division manager for Ramsey County Environmental Health, and I will manage the team that oversees the operations at the Ramsey County Environmental Center. We're standing in the warehouse, and this is where we will separate and store the products that our residents drop off in the drive-through. That includes all electronics and many different types of household hazardous waste. You can think of paint, household cleaning products, batteries, fluorescent light bulbs, and many different types of automotive fluids or products. This space, the warehouse, is a restricted space. So when we open, the public will not have access here. But we're really excited to show it to you today and kind of give you a behind the scenes look, because this is such a critical part of the operations at the Environmental Center. This space was designed intentionally large to provide us the opportunity for maximum flexibility as we need to grow our operations to manage the different waste streams that change over the years. And it also gives us the ability to avoid any like processing bottlenecks as we manage all of the waste that comes through this facility. This is where we also sort our products to determine what we want to put on our reuse room that will be available for our residents as they come to, get any products that they would want to use for their household. And this is also where we will separate and store any electronic devices. We work with a local nonprofit called Repowered, and one of Repowered's missions is really to refurbish good electronics and get them back in the marketplace and prevent them from going into the waste streams or needing to be recycled. They also manage our electronics that do need to be recycled because they can't be refurbished. And it's really important that we manage those properly because many electronics contain heavy metals and other toxic materials. And we want to keep those out of the environment. And by recycling and refurbishing them, it's really a win-win for the environment. It's important that people know that any personal data that is on their personal devices and electronics they drop off here is professionally deleted and wiped clean on anything that would be refurbished. So everyone can have a little peace of mind knowing if they're dropping off old computers or their phones that their data is protected. The entire roof of this warehouse is covered in solar panels, and that's one of the sustainable features that went into the building of this environmental center. Including in those features is all heating and cooling is done through geothermal energy. And that's really both to reduce the carbon footprint and also as a long-term investment to reduce the cost of operating this facility. This was mentioned earlier in the drive-through, but this environmental center in Ramsey County is part of a broader regional system that allows residents to recycle and get rid of their unwanted products. It's part of a metro-wide county household hazardous waste reciprocal use agreement. So residents from Ramsey County will use this, and it's open to any residents of any of the other neighboring counties in the seven county metro area.
imaluudhaaf karoora qabdanii imaluudhaaf karoora qabaattaniif dhibee gifiraa yaadachuu hin dagatinaa imala keessan irraa yeroo deebitan yaadannoo gaarii malee dhibee gifiraa fudhattanii hin deebi'inaa imalaan duratti isinii fi maatii keessaniif talaalli MMR dabalatee talaalliiwwan barbaachisan kan fakkatan baruuf ogeessa fayyaa keessan dubbisa imalarraa deebitanii torban 3 keessatti mallattoolee akka laydaa yookiin dhaqna gubaa fi madaa diimatee qaamatti sin bahu yoo ofirratti argitaniif doktora keessanitti bilbiluun mallattoolee fi iddoo itti maltanii turtan ibsaa fi dhibeen gifiraa akka hin fafacaaneef wal gargaarree haa ittisnu waa'ee dhibee kanaa gadi fageenyaan baruuf immoo www.health.state.mn.us/disease/measles/basics.html haa daawwannu.